ready to finish up this event. We got 3 chapters. We got those 4 last time. We got 3 this time. And as was described in the intro, I'm gonna be like locked in Uma prison, trying to make the Is it quiet? Okay. Let me readjust. We readjust some things. It was being a little fucky, so it had to get turned down previously. Let's see about getting that back where it needs to be, though. How about this? This okay? This good? This good? This okay? I can hear you. But if it's still quiet, then we'll have to do a little more adjust. Turn you down a little bit, music. You're background. You need to be so loud. Dance property. Let's add a couple decibels. Add a couple decibels. See how that turns out. There. Okay. Is that better? That better? Are we liking this? Or do we want to even make it a touch louder? Music louder than voice? Yeah, I'm turning I keep the music coming down. Hit it back to there. Want it to be around minus 40, minus 35 decibels. That way it's unintrusive. Fun fact, that's basically what I do with the background music in like all my videos, is I set it to a track that's either minus 40 or minus 35 decibels. So that it's still there to fill up nothing, but it is, it's significantly better than it could be. Oh, alright. 3 chapters, gonna be nice and relaxing. Yeah. At least compared to the ranked League of Legends that I've been getting back into a little bit. But that hasn't gone well, as someone who usually has between like a 55 and 70% win rate when I play ranked, tends to do quite well. I am currently 4-9. So maybe we'll put that on. Maybe we'll put that on the back burner. You know, it's maybe good that I'll be locked in Uma prison. I won't be allowed to play anymore. All right. Wetlands Shaman. Did I give a specific type of voice to this type of NPC? I don't remember. I don't remember much. And instead of resting, maybe find something relaxing today, girl boss. Thank you, Dorian. Oh god, how much is that? How much do I have to add to the Ablana stocks? Oh god. Oh Jesus Christ. Alright, let's adjust this. Another 29, so that's what? We had 98, so it's 127. Alright. That's a lot of bananas. That's gonna be crazy when that comes. Appreciate it, Dorian. Thank you. Oh. Alright. We're all set. We're all ready now.
Ragna, how should we welcome you? From either the north or the south, you're always the least likely to return of those who left.
I know no one invited me, but I saw a vision in my
in my crystal ball.
Vision of my brother's death, man. It's just fucking crazy, dude. Funding L Banana. I've never spent money on like a gacha game, so yeah, there's a lot getting fun. You know, I never expected for it to go up to like 100 some, you know? So it's kind of awkward.
What a beautiful sculpture! Does this little guy in the nutshell really point the way? This originium crystal, what an unusual color! How do you keep the crystal stable while sculpting? No, wait, isn't it dangerous to have a piece of originium as a home decoration? Analysis on the originium ice crystal I brought back last time isn't finished yet, but more importantly, it's so beautiful! Let's see, I think I have a few coins from my last trip to Ursus. Or do you only accept bartering like the local Sami? I can spare a can of seasoning to trade, but that would mean Simone and Typhon would have to eat bland Sami food with me. Eat the shitty Sami food. Where's Sami to begin with?
What do you actually want, girl? We'll be on our way if you have nothing to trade.
Oh, sorry, was I too loud? I didn't think the Ursus caravans would come all the way up here, bringing so much stuff I've never seen. What did you say you needed, Simone? Simone? You really didn't hear, did you? What? Someone recognized her and asked for her help. Some bodies have been brought back to the tribe, but they don't have a snow priest, so I asked Simone to check on them instead. Oh, the people died. The Originium is meant to save people. Those pesky devils were just lying to everyone. Bro, facts, they're lying. The Sarkaz are predisposed to lying behavior. No wonder the market's been so quiet. No one seemed interested in talking. Everybody looked so depressed. They didn't put much up for sale either. Let's wait for Simone then. She insisted on coming to the market so she can decide. Is that okay, my friends from Ursus?
No, fuck you. Outfits. Dorian, please don't make art for the Outfits of the Catchers campaign. I don't know if that campaign's gonna have even another session. Please don't start making art from it, because that one could end at any time on a whim. So don't make more art for it, because that's just gonna set up disappointment.
O water that flows across the lands of Sami, allow me to speak to your children. A wind, from the lowest branch of the old tree to the torch in front of Grandma Vali's door. O great merciful fate, it is ascended. Go ahead, daughter of the Santala tree. Here are their belongings. I'm grateful to earn the trust of a root of frost maple. Will anyone ever know what those things mean? Not really. Just assume they're tribes. There was a red frost on the weapons. They were in battle. Are these warriors from the northern front? Yes, they left the tribe for the northern lands 7 or 8 years ago. Who could have guessed that the 2 tribesmen who'd left home the longest were the least willing to look back, to come home on the same day? Are you referring to the dead? A brother and sister who had parted ways.
Steve's lava chicken. Steve's lava chicken.
Fate has also brought you here today. Perhaps you should hear the story. You must remember the great snowfall that covered half of Mirkwood. Of course. Our clan was affected too. Like the other clans, trapped in the blizzard, we prayed for Sami's wisdom and braved the wind and snow to seek messages atop trees, all to learn how we might protect ourselves. But we did not have a snow priest. We prayed and prayed, but received nothing but silence. There was no guidance from fate. Our shamans could not determine whether to stay or not. Or if we left, to where? But that was when those 2 siblings stepped forward to lead. Their thoughts took them in opposite directions. The older brother answered Eichenir's call and brought his band to the northern front to stop the snowfall for the rest of the tribe and spare them the need to leave. I see. Accepting guidance from a snow priest outside the tribe in desperate circumstances. Meanwhile, the younger sister felt that we could not afford to wait for the snowfall to end. using her arts to foresee danger, she led the rest of the tribe southwards, eventually settling here. It couldn't have been an easy journey for either of them. Yes, so we can understand why they hated each other enough to never look back. My sister and I butted heads for months after I broke one of her horn ornaments. What's a mere 7 or 8 years to their differences? The blessed words carved on the side of the drum are all faded now. I would have redone them for him. He'd come back even once over the last few years. This drum has no blood on it at all. But the shaman who owned it was clearly badly wounded. I suspect he didn't have his weapon when he was injured. There's half a bottle of vodka in his fur coat. The bitter brew that the Ursus squeezed from steel. They drink with the Ursus by the fireside. Who brought back these warriors' bodies? An Ursus caravan? Why? Those motherfuckers. Checking status of Black Mark. Lieberfeld's about to trade with those upon water. Are they still here? Oh, they usually don't stay for long. The path ahead is treacherous when the sun is set. Thank you. I must find them and ask some questions. Wait, will you come back, Santala? We're a withering clan. Well, we can use all the help we get. The ceremony means much to us. It's not just a send-off for the dead, but also a chance for the living to bid farewell to their homeland. The more learned shamans there are, the better protected our people will be. Planned migration. Nearly 100 years later, does the summer villain once again guide you on a great migration to the south? Yes, but this time, the summer villain gazes upon us. We can recognize the signs. Newborns crying all night, dead beasts by ponds. Demonic corruption spread all the way from the ice field to the southern wetlands. That's the only reason a baby would ever cry. Bothers me to the fullest and at an even number. Norian. What the fuck? Yeah, that's about 3 more Buckies. Oh, Christ! 130. God damn. Yacht damn.
Yacht damn! Yacht riz damn!
Get riz damn skibbity. As they say. As they notably say. Everyone is saying this. Very intelligent people are saying get riz skibbity right now as we speak. It's truly amazing. I have an inkling of the signs you speak of. I promise I'll be back for the ceremony, but I have other matters to attend to for now. Spirits of the dead are watching. The living must bring them peace.
Is it really that bad when you don't have a snow priest? Is that enough reason for things to be going badly for the tribe? Yeah. Snow priests protect their tribe through soothsaying. Tribes without a snow priest may be unable to detect impending catastrophes. So a snow priest has to study like a catastrophe messenger then? You don't become a snow priest just by studying. You become a snow priest by doing a lot of voodoo bullshit. I've seen snow priests in training in the tundras, on the brink of death as they go through their trials. Other tribes wait for a revelation from Sami. Those who become snow priests receive miraculous instructions. Anyway, you should talk to Simone about it. All I'm telling you is to stop asking around the market. This tribe is like a sick horn beast. It's gonna get irritated if you keep poking at it, telling it to get up. Sorry. Also, this bracelet you picked isn't just ugly, it's bothersome too. That was just an excuse to get you to come to the market with me. You're almost full Sami by now. You don't need me to accompany you in the south where metal things are plentiful. Still, I feel better with you around. Not sure why, but I'm getting a bad feeling. Do your bad feelings have a habit of coming true? Not really. I hardly ever get them in the first place. Tell me more. Did it feel like a mangler's shadow or a crack on a great tree? No, it's not like that. Wait, a mangler? There are manglers here? Will you take care of it if you run into one? I'll teach you to protect yourself again before we go. What I'm asking is, what form does your bad feeling take? To me at least, you can call it a bad feeling precisely because it's vague and ambiguous. It's like I felt something come close but failed to notice it. Or like there's something huge just beneath the layer of snow, but I walked right over it. Which Professor Mary says I do a lot, come to think of it. Hey, it's snowing harder. Oh, there you are, Simone.
Have you seen an Ursus caravan?
Yeah, they gave me an empty flagon while saying stuff like, His Majesty and the Border Patrol won't like it. Here. I was waiting for you to get back, but to see if you needed to trade with them for anything, but they were in a hurry.
So you let them leave?
They went that way. You should be able to catch up.
You're angry, Simone?
What happened?
Sorry, I was just thinking about how to return the favor for their gift. Megalon, Typhon, the two of you head towards...
I forgot what we said the pronunciation of that probably was.
Was it Chapat?
I'll just go with Chapat, that sounds right.
With the rest of the tribe, and be careful along the way. If there's a problem, don't try to deal with it, just run. Your lives come first. Same to you, Simone. You needn't worry about me. I'll catch up with you soon. I promise to attend the funeral of these warriors. What are you thinking, Maggie?
Oh, that's weird. I was gonna ask Simone what the writing on this flagon means, but I got distracted for some reason. Well, I'll just put it away for now. It's not important.
They came back, Ragna. Your predictions are always so accurate. Tila came back empty-handed.
Tila? Tila? Huh? Who? Who came back empty-handed? Who? Wait, well, you wait just a minute. Now you wait just a minute. Who are you saying came back empty-handed? I don't think she is canonically from Sami, though. So, yeah, it's not her. She does do hunting and a lot of outdoorsy shit, though. Oh, yeah, no, it's the different Tila. Different Tila.
And my youngest son found a bracelet that's been lost for years. As you said, fortune lies in deep water, and dark death has befallen our warriors. Therefore, I must ask you, why'd you do it? Why'd you lead us in the opposite direction when your scrying pointed towards the north?
Sorry. I only came back to see my family. If there are other fucking funeral arrangements, I'll take my leave, man.
Ragnar!
Let her go. She's no longer connected to the land of Sami. We need not reproach the poor soul.
How was it, Gitano? They still don't like you?
I predicted as much.
Well, at least you ran into an old friend on the way. That's pretty lucky, too. I can hardly believe it. I thought I was hallucinating again when I saw you. Sorry. I heard someone died. Could it be...
It's okay. I came back. I came back because I divined my brother's death, man. Been out of touch for a long time. We had our differences.
But the shamans aren't preparing for a funeral. Don't they have the most important role?
Your friend is sharp, Megalon.
It's hardly a secret. People aren't normally so sad just to say goodbye to the dead. Only when they never get a chance to.
Yeah, that's not supposed to be all correct.
You dream it's her after all the Black Forest will's a dream. That is so true. That is so true and correct. True and based and right.
7 years have passed. I thought new branches would grow from the trees and the people would be able to live in peace on this land. All I see is my kids been suffering from increasingly frequent disasters, even being forced to move again. You know, all the shamans argue over whether to hold a traditional funeral.
But what use is a goodbye if you don't say anything? In the end, everything flies away like a foul beast, never to be seen again. By that point, it doesn't matter if you were the one to raise your voice and startle them. I never agreed to not hold a funeral. Please don't bring that up again. Oh, they were fortunate to return home. How can we leave them to the long cold nights trapped by their mortal bodies?
This place will soon stop being our home. Which is exactly why they need the boat sinking ceremonies that the river may carry them home. Disaster lies before us. Oh, I know, and they are part of it. Rockhorn runs for its life, day and night, until it finally dies of exhaustion. The sign. At the northern front, we'll blow the horn and stand watch at night. They're all warriors. Warrior does not die in peace.
Wasn't that just a rumor? Fighting on the northern ice field does not darken your fate. Instead, you receive Sami's revelation and blessing. Yet, now you want us to stand vigil over their own bodies until they rot and decay. Among them lies your favorite student. Even now, he's listening to your cold words.
Then let him listen. He's a strong warrior. He'll understand. You're right, man. Why don't we ask the dead themselves?
It would seem living among the Outlanders has given you blind courage, but you know that we have long lacked a snow priest. No one in the clan has heard the call since Grandma Vali's passing. Or do you propose we break tradition and imitate those tribes that set trials for the snow priests, rather than wait for the call?
No, I can try to divine their will.
Ragnar!
Yes, I'm asking you and trust it to fate. Don't take any questions, just think of me as someone who goes back on her word.
Then I won't stop you from trying.
Well, very well. If the clan tree raises its branches and lets you sail through, I won't stop you. We await the answer of the dead. Hell yeah.
Weren't you going to Shapot? I thought you Southerners were always in such a hurry. Like when your tourists come to visit, the vehicles just drop them off somewhere empty, you'll stand around for a while, and the vehicle takes them away again.
You're right, I am concerned about Professor Mary, but my best bet for now is to gather as much information about Sami as possible, to make things smoother for the rescue team. Plus, I want to spend more time with Gitano. At Rhodes Island, they always say that nothing can rattle her except losing at cards, so I've never thought I'd see her looking so gloomy.
What about you, Typhon? Isn't your client down south in Shapot getting impatient? No idea. Huh? I don't actually know who the client waiting for me there is, or what they want me to do. Probably another one who wants me to help deal with a problem quietly. You can tag along next time. It's amazing what they'll do to keep things secret. Like leaving a message on a wooden board in a hole in a tree. It was just about removing a dead horn beast. Shadow was no longer near the beast, but this makes them even more scared. So they look to me to take care of it.
Sounds like people trust you a lot. So, do they really keep their distance from you just because they think your bow brings bad luck? Isn't that just like Ripathy?
Ripathy? Of course not. It's nothing like that.
You no longer respect Simone because she has a Ripathy?
But me, I'm not sure I fully timed this bow, to be honest.
But you're the one holding it. If it's not working right, wouldn't that be like when my drones malfunction? You can feel when something's wrong, right?
Of course I can keep an eye on it when I'm awake.
What about when I'm dreaming and my consciousness leaves my body?
Do you Southerners have a saying like this? The more people speak of doom, the clearer it casts its shadow?
You don't?
Alright, when I lived in Argus' cave, no one knew of me or my weapon. But things are different now. The more I help chase the shadows out of Sami, the more people begin to talk about me. Who can say when misfortune will suddenly catch up with me?
I'm sure your bow will be fine. We've journeyed all this way together with no problems, haven't we? Although I guess the plural of anecdote isn't data. Oh, what if you let my colleagues in engineering analyze it? Maybe they could come up with an explanation I can actually understand. They might be able to help you. My friend Mare, for example, knows a lot about dealing with dangerous objects. We're super close, so I'm sure she wouldn't mind me filling her lab with potentially risky weapons. But research can take a long time, huh? I can't exactly take your weapon from you for years.
Thank you. You're a hard worker. But I told you not to touch my bow. This is for me to deal with, and only me. That's what I just said.
What the fuck is that sound? She's blowing bubbles.
What are you doing, Megalon? Huh? Let go. Well, let's go without even thinking about it. The splash brings her back to her senses, and she stares at the ripple on the surface of the water. What did I just throw in there? Well, what did I just throw in there? Sorry, I was stealing your accent. The flagon the Ursus Trader gave you. You were scooping up muddy water from the marsh with it. I told you to filter mud and sand with clouds, but I don't think you forgot. You didn't look right. Oh, you're right. I somehow got distracted again. I need to get it back. It was a gift. You don't dare reach out, do you? Yeah. Give me a hand. You know how to deal with this situation? Ew. I feel calmer now. That was amazing. With just a viner on my finger? Oh, you have one around yours too. Yeah, but you shouldn't try to get it back. Remember what Simone said? Be careful. Alright. Strange. That was a defense meant specifically for demons. Simone's warning have meant...
Oh, the dead have answered.
The dead have answered. Most want to be buried. One remains silent. Well, silence means there's no objection, at least. We must respect the wishes of the dead.
Very well. Hold a funeral as usual.
Be careful when you get on the boat, Magalon. Thanks! This is how the wetland tribes do it. The boats are launched once night falls, and the river carries them to their final resting place, where they will sink into the water along with the boats. Only then can the dead be freed from the shackles of the flesh, walk free amongst the trees, and travel with the flowing water to find their bloodline. Because how can you hate Typhon? I don't know.
To be fair, she is a sarcasm, and they're often a bunch of dirty scumbags, so you can understand somewhat where it comes from. Sarcasm, you stinky, most of the time. Or devious creatures that get up to mischief. This is no good. The creatures are demonic in nature. Very icky.
However, this funeral is also farewell to our homeland, which is why we'll also bring our belongings and travel along with the dead. These boats will carry the dead home and the living away from it. Can Typhon and I come with you? We're not part of your family or tribe or anything. Of course you can. In fact, I'd appreciate it if you did. I've long known that I'm just a lone wanderer, far from Sami. Still, it's painful to have to ride in a boat by myself while saying goodbye to my last blood kin. At least being able to hold a funeral will comfort the tribe. Both the living and the dead. What is this, Typhon? You need a hand? No, it's just that your hand is so cold, Jitana. It's like you've been standing in the freezing wind for a long time. Best you can do is rub your hands together. There's something I've been meaning to ask you. What did the dead tell you? Or rather, what was the silence in your divination?
A horn has been blown! Don't look back! Fate has instructed us to move forward! What was left behind will eventually return! Row!
I'd be afraid of the midget with a boat twice the size of her. Very true. Both the living and the rain. All parts. The two parts of the greatest creation ever exist. The living and the rain. And we can take a little look at them all in the boats. Yeah. I mean, that girl in the closest boat's cute. Is Ursus trying to take over Sami so they can seize the means of baddie production? Of baddie reproduction, should say. This is crazy. There's no more talk. There's also an IS-4 CG. True. There's no more talk. The shaman's song can be heard from the head of the fleet. The dead follow their ancestors, as their names are read one by one. Breeze rings a string of bells on the boat carrying the bodies. The ceremony's begun. The fleet will not turn back. I'm sorry, man. The fourth time I saw the ceremony,
The 5th time I asked. Lazal? Oh, Lazal's her brother. Like, who the fuck is Lazal? I totally forgot. Lazal, there's something I want to tell you. Maybe it's something I wanted to hear you tell me. The road away from that blizzard was long. The river never thawed. I lived away from Sami sailing with a boat of iron. It was so firm and steady that I couldn't help but dream back to how our clansmen dragged their boats across the river. Many lost the strength to pull their boats. Some lost the strength to pull even themselves forward. Too much was lost on that path. I dared not turn back. But in the end, that's all there is to it. I dared not turn back. We made opposing decisions and even took up arms against one another. But the reason I never came back, it wasn't because I resented you. But perhaps none of that's important to a warrior stationed in the north. The leaves in the urn are almost burnt up. So please tell me, why do you still refuse to answer, brother? Darkness, fog, darkness, an empty crystal ball. Why do I see nothing?
What the frick? This is not Pog. This is so not Poggers, so not Skibbity. Dorian's patronage really is crazy, because I can like look at the stream, see 5 concurrent viewers, 22 views, and $32 of chat revenue. That's crazy. I should say $32.60 chat revenue. Thank you, Dorian. Very crazy. Just Hannah, what are you smoking? Yeah, she half. You know, like when it comes to divining the leaves of the burial urn, you gotta smoke half of them, and then divine with the other half. It's a part of the process. Totally natural. You should expect it. The snow's getting heavier. Come on, take a swig. Ugh, I still regret giving that Sami flagon over to that girl. Forget it. You'd be in serious trouble if the border guards found it. Besides, do you really believe that the few words inscribed on his drum and flagon are enough to keep someone safe? In this land of ice and snow, the only thing that can protect us is vodka. Well, now it's just vodka anyway. Oh, that's not what I meant. It's just that before the incident, we were all still sitting together and chatting. Yeah, I remember. The 2 of you had little sisters who were about the same age. And they never got the chance to make up with her. So just think of it as me feeling sorry for him. I know what it's like. People who've been fighting for so long, so much blood on their hands that they can never go home. But in the end, even after telling us all those stories about family squabbles, never told us who they were fighting. They gave their lives to save us, but never even found out what happened. Should have kept this flagon. Honestly, I don't know how else to honor the memory of these mysterious Sami other than with something I can touch. Maybe I'm just being too sentimental over a bunch of Sami savages. You still remember what they said when we were chatting that night? I am struggling to differentiate while doing the accent. I'm struggling to differentiate between these 2 characters. What if we try to really... What if I try to really get it down here? Do you still remember what they said when we were chatting that night? The Sami don't believe that is the end. You think it's a completely winless night, but something still gets blown over. They'd call that souls of the dead passing by. Not stupid, if you ask me. Which, me or the Sami superstition? Both. Alright, time to call the others. Get ready to do some business. Next tribe shouldn't be too far from here. I saw someone in the snow. I do like that they have as like obviously at the start, like the Ursus people that we encounter in the event are all evil. Ursus brothers, they sound the same. True. True. They're all brothers. They've been in the snow for so long. They all sound the same. I do like that kind of, because we have the Ursus are the per people at the start. They're pretty evil. There's like one Ursus dude at like the very end who like Gitano goes and or not Gitano, Santala goes and deals with, who is like also pretty bad. I do like that these guys are pretty reasonable. And it's not just like every single Ursa's character in the Sami event is just evil and bent on conquest. I think sometimes you can get those types of situations. Whether it's in these events in Arknights or in other games, they can just kind of have a very black and white situation here where it's like, oh yeah, everybody who's a part of this, all bad, all evil. And I do like that there's a couple reasonable guys, couple just dudes, couple of the boys.
Sami bestowed us upon snow and ice to cleanse us anew. Stormy bestowed us on mud and soil to inherit blessings. We wish not to leave, yet nevertheless travel down the streams of departure. May our loved ones return home, like drops of water returning to the river. May disaster be kept far away, in the lands you cannot protect.
Every once in a while we get one resale NPC. Yeah, every once in a while we get a normal dude. I gotta shrink this down so I can see the fucking. There we go. That's better. I can see the time, so I'll know if I'm like stopping way too often and I'm taking way more time than is necessary.
May disaster be kept far away, in the lands you cannot protect.
Sami Alafias lower their lanterns, bend down to scoop up handfuls of water, and sing along with the shaman in low voices. As the ship of the dead slowly sinks one by one, the oil candles are extinguished. Darkness gradually spreads across the water.
Even if you aren't a member of our tribe, you should still show some basic respect for our ceremonies. Put down your weapon, hunter with the black bow. Lower your head.
Don't wanna. No. Fuck you.
Look at that hunter over there. You've seen people like her in the Northern Icefield, right? Do you think she'll darken our fates?
The more people speak of doom, the clearer it casts its shadow. So I will not speak of it.
Speedrunning trying to run this event? No, not speedrunning it. Just there's other stuff that I have to get done this like morning, which is why it's kind of nice that there's only 3 chapters that I have to read. So there's just other stuff that I want to get done today, and probably I have to really start in earnest working on the Uma video.
So, someone else will. Eichvidia will, but we are absolutely not among those who have power to speak freely in this land. This is your final warning, Hunter, or else we'll be forced to take up arms.
Wait, hold on. She's just standing guard. Typhon, can't you explain? I'm sure they'll understand.
Shh. Feel it moving. Out of the way, now. Everyone leave this place.
Half an hour ago.
We're almost there.
Phew, finally some good news. Didn't think I'd be the one to end up seasick. That is what this is, right? Tano, didn't you say you've been away from your tribe ever since they moved? And how do you know where the burial site is?
Look at the wooden fencing over there. It's a warning.
Oh!
In the wetlands, the water where tribe buries the dead are usually off limits. Fencing serves not only to warn those who are awake, but more importantly to remind those who are sleeping. Because everyone meets their departed friends and relatives in the dreams if they aren't careful. Very easy to wander into these places.
I see. Fascinating. I have to note this one down too. Be careful. Be careful when dreaming. Does this mean I'll get in trouble again if I want to do some research on these waters?
What do you have in mind?
It's this here, a beacon. I want to set it up underwater so I can collect some data.
You said before this thing can track a location?
Yup.
Okay, give it to me. Jatana, can we stop right before that fencing? I'm also getting the sense something isn't quite right. Go ahead. Don't worry, I already foresaw your safety before we left at dusk.
Huh? Did I ever ask you to read my fortune? I remember eating way too much for lunch and ending up in a food coma right until we boarded the ship.
Nobody forced you to eat all that in one go. There were narcoleptic mushrooms in that soup. Often add a few when people are anxious or uneasy.
It sure was tasty. Anyways, thanks, Jatano. My brain is the size of a peanut. My brain's the size of a peanut and just as smooth.
But it's true, we never asked if anything. Not that it matters. So how do we set up this beacon?
Just toss it into the water and it'll handle the rest automatically.
Force it? With how much force?
No, no force. Just let go of it and have it sink on its own. Phew. Well, the beacon's up and running. And the signal looks solid. It has an effective range of about 3,000 meters, so we can keep moving or throwing the boat forward.
Alright, now how am I supposed to make sense of this gibberish? I'd also like to keep track of the beacon.
Well, that's easy. Way simpler to understand than all the Sami stuff. Look over here. We have the most basic data. Relative coordinates of the beacon's location, water depth, flow speed. But I'm sure you can figure all that out on your own just from experience.
In other words, it's continuously moving around underwater.
It's probably just oscillating back and forth due to undulations in the water flow. These devices have extremely precise positioning. Specimen sampling comes next. The drones are a bit noisy when I put them to work, so I prefer to use this compact beacon to do the preliminary water quality sampling and analysis first. While it's made for scientific investigations, its analysis is based mostly on the water's potability. But in areas not many people visit, even this simple analysis can sometimes produce anomalous results. Take a look.
The signal disappeared.
Think it might have gotten swallowed up by a huge scalesis? Though we did take that sort of thing into consideration, we designed the beacon. Ordinary wild beast should be able to damage its outer covering.
Tano? Alright, got it. I'll handle the ship for you.
Wait a sec, are you gonna do another divination?
Yeah?
But how many times have you used your Originium arts between yesterday and today?
Not enough to worry about. Just think of it as me double-checking my work. Leave her alone.
Fine. The first time I met Gitano was when I was visiting Iffy at the Rhodes Island Medical Department. At the time, she was in a coma in a hospital bed and was carted in by other field operators. They said all her arts take a heavy toll on her body.
Even more reason to leave her alone then.
Oh yeah, there's this background music. The ringing mixed with the da 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 da.
You sense something, which is why she's trying to read your fortune before you leave. And I agree with her. I felt a lingering shadow here this whole time. I don't know exactly what she's trying to double check, but there's no point in trying to avoid an omen of calamity. Let's hope she finds whatever is giving her these strange premonitions. Watch out! The boat tilts sharply to one side, and Typhon pulls Magellan in close, just in time to stabilize the ship. Gitano falls heavily under the deck, and an intense burst of arts flashes through her crystal ball.
Gitano!
Ew, I'm fine. I'm not the same self-defeating and self-destructive person I was years ago. This is just me trying my best. I gotta load up the bong with more, though, before the next cast.
Well, as long as you're okay, let me help you up.
However, I try as I might. I didn't find anything.
I love post-explosion ringing OST.
Yeah.
Oh. Chat, do you ever drink, like, whether it's an energy drink, coffee, or just something with, like, caffeine, something that's energy based, but you haven't, like, eaten anything, so you get that, because you get kind of a light, flighty feeling? Oh, I'm getting that right now. There's this specific type of, like, energy drink that I'll get, like, a couple cans every so often. It's generally, like, it's, like, pretty, like, natural, and it's not, like, it's not one of the ones, like, a Monster Energy that's just, like, 8 million grams of sugar and caffeine. It's more some, like, natural things to stimulate energy, so it's, like, not as intense, but if I drink it in the morning, which is generally when I do, just to ensure that I have the energy if there's something that I need energy for in the morning. Like, I slept pretty poorly last night, so I was drinking it this morning, and, like, I get kind of this, like, sometimes I get this light, flighty feeling. I think I had it at times during the Thorin's Altar event reading.
However, try as I might, couldn't find anything.
What did you see in your divination? Fate. The fates of the deceased. Fate go. Lots of different fates. But my divination has little in common with Sami's prophecies. It's really a special kind of arts. It cannot touch those who passed. The fates are pitch black, nothing more. Is that the same for everyone? No, there's one who hasn't responded to me. Donald holds up her crystal ball. There's nothing inside it save for the candlelight reflected from the fleet ahead. You remain silent. That's no fault of the diviners. We need to hurry and make our way to the front of the fleet. If I'm forced to draw my bow, the boat's going to rock a whole lot and you two will need to keep it steady.
Oh, wait, back up! What's going on?
The marsh is trying to drag us under. None are safe, living or dead.
Trying to drag us under? Trying to drag us down under?
The marsh is trying to give us a Vegemite sandwich. What?
We don't know a thing, we really don't, so spare us, please. The only one who does is that Libri who went to Shipat alone. He's the one you're looking for. Those Sami died to save us, but we didn't know what else to do for them, except take their remains back to their homeland, their hometown.
No, that's not what I'm asking. When you took the bodies away, someone was bleeding black blood. Did you witness this yourself?
Yes, I saw it with my own eyes.
How could I make such a terrible mistake? Fuck! Oh, the ship with the dead! What are you doing? Using the waves to keep it from sinking any further. You! Turn the boat around now. His funeral can no longer continue. I'll protect you from the rear. Well, let's go.
Are you sympathizing with an outsider too? Are you sympathizing with one of them no good, lazy, non-farming outsiders? I'm now Sami Uncle Ruckus.
Maybe she's right. Or maybe she's finally lost her mind to the black bow. Either way, she poses just as much danger. Warriors, protect the fleet from front to back. Stay vigilant. Don't panic. Trust that Sami will protect our inner peace. Trust that calamity will never take it from us.
Same goes for you, Maglorn and Gitano. Hurry up.
Wait, Typhon. I'd like an explanation. I need an answer. Is it the same as what I saw? Mm-hmm. Too many soldiers from the north are buried here. Their contamination has accumulated day by day until it all molded together. And this time, the disaster might have taken some of the dead. I understand. My arts are supporting the ship of the dead, preventing it from sinking, but that doesn't solve the issue. So don't look back.
What are your arts, Typhon? What do your arts do? The only, arts thing we've seen you do up until this was just Sarkaz Witchcraft, where you took blood from all your hands and shot it at the snow. What the hell are your arts? And I assume, given she's just from the middle of nowhere, she has one specific kind of arts. It's not like how, they literally mentioned in, Lythanian, most kids can do, very basic shit with different types of arts, because, you can learn different types of ones. I imagine being from buttfuck nowhere Sami, they know specific kind of arts. The kind that they're, naturally in tune with.
But
Anything we can do to help? Well, my drone is a combat module. If there's gonna be fighting, I can help out.
no.
The dark swamp surges up, and the disaster merges into solid entities that leap towards Typhon from the black waves. For over a decade, she's seen the same dream again and again. A pitch black dream. The Sami say that while asleep, people can free themselves from the shackles of their corporeal forms and meet both the living and the dead. Typhon's always known that if she could strip away the darkness covering her eyes, she could turn back and take one last look at her mother and father. But she's never seen anything, because a hunter only keeps her eyes on her prey. She's doing wood arts? Okay, she's doing something with the boat. Okay, that's more sensible. Also, I just realized, going down into this CG, her her like bow has like specific things for the fingers to go in, like wall like drawing. It looks like. Looks like it would be kind of awkward to release if you had these like circles you got to put your fingers in.
Don't look back. That's all. Stay behind them and keep rowing the ship. I'll handle the rest.
Wild guess. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad guess. We just don't really know because we don't really see Typhon use arts. Her bowstring is fully drawn. Ancient arts converge into a single shaft. She takes aim. The threats on the ice field are numerous. Extreme cold, waves of snow, ferocious beasts, demons, and sarcas too, and devils as well. And in the stories of certain tribes, herself, a sarcas. Typhon takes this for granted. She carries a contaminated black bow on her back. She was engulfed by the shadows and escaped from them. In the eyes of others, she walks closest to disaster. Naturally then, she should be the one to stand between those people and disaster. Looks like I got the drop on you again. Now depart from the lands of Sami. I'll pin you down. Me next after the spirits, please, miss. Also, CG of Typhon drawn by a better artist. Damn, she looks cool. Creates arrows with her arts. True, but the arrows, that doesn't look like wood. Whatever she's pulling back doesn't look like... Whatever she's shooting doesn't look like wood. It's hard to know. Pew pew sounds. The hunter raises her voice as if shouting into the empty marsh. The bowstring vibrates and the arrows hurtle toward the water's depths.
Whoa! The boat's rocking like crazy! What just happened? Did something fall in the water? Oh, it got cold all of a sudden!
Thunder's cry receives an answer from the water's surface. It's a soft murmur in the Sami tongue. Sarkaz, why is she so cool? That is true. Most Sarkaz are just not cool. Most Sarkaz are kind of lame. A lot of Sarkaz, they think they're cool, but they're actually lava, and they're like edgy teenagers. In Lava's case, she doesn't grow out of it. Hibiscus grew out of being like an annoying, over-the-top positive kid. Lava did not grow up from being a fucking edgy motherfucker. Okay, soft murmur in the Sami tongue. What should I do for this? Perhaps we'll, utilize some techniques. From the water's depths, it spreads out with ripples of falling arrow. In the blink of an eye, the swamp is engulfed in freezing cold. That was not a great cry scream vocalization. I could have done that a lot better. But I didn't take my time. And that's a lesson. Always take your time. All is calm, save for the constant crashing sounds from beneath the ice.
Thank goodness I made it in time. Thanks, Simone. Did you hear my footsteps? Wherever you go, the snow follows. The wind told me this. Also, you said you'd attend the funeral. You guys really do trust me. Naturally, I'll have a good eye both for the weather and for people.
Wow, really? You have a good eye for people?
Not you, Megalon. You're a fucking idiot.
Simone's here. We're saved. It's like everything's quieting down. Does that mean our predicament is resolved?
Not yet. No. Who? What are they? What are those things? I told you not to look back. They are shadows left behind by contaminated corpses. No, don't come any closer. Those warriors beneath the water, aren't they supposed to be sealed under the ice? Shouldn't they be resting in peace? The marsh! Why isn't it calmed down yet? Ah! Close your eyes. Megalon, hold her hand. Give her a touch of reality, just like you always do.
A touch of the cold reality of whatever the fuck you believe in. And steer the ship away.
Oh, okay. Chitano, do you feel any better now?
She's calming down. Just like that. Gitano, listen to me. It's normal to feel fear, but if you continue like this, you'll be transformed too. We can steal the bodies, but we cannot steal the shadows that seep from them. So don't blame yourself, and don't force yourself to see things through to the end. Your brother isn't at fault for this disaster. You certainly aren't either. The disaster simply found us. Or perhaps we found it. It is wide awakened. The ships can't move very quickly. How much time do we have, Simone?
I don't know if these really qualify as ships. We saw in the CG the size. These are boats. These are just boats. When you hear ship, you think a certain size. These aren't really ships. These are just boats. These are small.
Traces of contamination are still all around us. I've no way to tell. Right, so I saw me warn the Frost Maple tribe they had to move away. I can already feel the presence more and more clear. Sounds are vanishing, colors are disappearing, and bodies are melting. But don't worry, it won't affect my aim. Always meant to ask, are you not afraid? Afraid? Of what? This way. I'll tell you what, Simone. Enough furry aim trainer, and I can shoot under any conditions. 10,000 hours of furry aim trainer on Steam, Simone. Only video game I've ever played in Sami. Good, that's it, Simone. Direct your arts where my arrows fly. Pin down one corner of the shadow. The black blood's oozing out slower. Next I'll be marked with fluorescent fletchings for you. Steve's lava chicken, yes, tasty as hell. Nightmare that terrorizes the innocent children, be gone! Crack, crack, crack! The ice beneath her feet splits, bit by bit. The shadows before her eyes show no sign of retreating. Arrow and art sink deep into the darkness, the blackness flowing like ink through their consciousness and into reality. You really don't show any fear at all. You're not afraid of the demons. You're not afraid that you'll fail, only to regret it forevermore?
Crack, crack, crack! The energy from the Originium art seems to pour endlessly into the abyss. Centaur tries to repair the ice, but naturally it does not respond to her.
Don't go any further, Simone, it's too dangerous. I know. Only I'm at fault, and the responsibility is mine. Huh? A premonition. A moment of inspiration. A chill rises from deep within her bones like a gust of wind from a place where no wind blows. For some inexplicable reason, Magellan has the urge to turn around. She wants to see Simone and Typhon's enemies, to check if they're alright. But all she sees is darkness. An endless darkness.
Do you remember are we slowly turning Santala into an iPad kid? No. Once she discovers the brilliance of the Minecraft movie, I do think she will be a bit biased. A bit more biased towards the towards the culture of the South, you know, everywhere southern of sun.
Someone was seriously injured in a fierce battle and fell into a deep coma. The high fever. He dreamt he was hanging from a tree, facing off against a pitch-black beast so massive he could not see the whole thing. A branch pierced the top of his head, and the blood flowing down over his body froze into a sculpture of crimson ice. The warrior neither moved nor blinked. 10 days and nights later, the fierce beast retreated. He awoke from his fever and only found himself lying in the snow. The wood atop his head fused with the tree branch. All Sami know this legend. If they speak of experienced Sami's calling, they surely bring up this story.
Ah! Ah yes, Magellan. Everybody tells you, don't turn around. You see what happens when someone turns around, and then like, man, I really want to turn around. I just feel an inexplicable urge to turn around. Oh, I love you, Magellan. You're so stupid. How are you an explorer and you don't have the slightest self-preservation instinct? None at all. How have you not died? How have you not just wandered out into the woods and gotten shot by a hunter?
The endless darkness is suddenly torn to shreds by brambles. Black waves surge from between the cracks of the fractured ice. The corpses that had begun to melt together reach toward the inland with countless hands, but dissolve before they can stain the snow. Purifying arts penetrate the fog and shadow. An entire army of northern warriors emerge from beyond the fencing. They stand in formation, waiting with weapons in hand. Only one of them crosses the fence to approach.
Brambles spread in the direction his warhammer points, growing, twisting, and forming a ring that isolates the evil spirits. He extended his weapon, and the arts of soldiers follow. Magellan's the type of character to say, it's right behind me, isn't it? Yeah. Oh. I do really like Magellan as well, Pingwing. I have to say, like, when I first, like, read this event, I think Magellan and Typhon both could have gone on my top 10 characters, and I still think they could actually go on my, like, top 10 favorite characters if I remade it. Because I made that list forever ago, and, like, I hadn't, read this. I hadn't read this event yet. There's some that I hadn't reread, like rereading Ideal City, I'm reminded of what a fucking funny goober Eunectes is. I'm also reminded of how much of a sassy, awesome lady Anam is. And how I'm like, God, oh fuck, just give us an event. Just Lord Amir Anam, we worked together with her for one day. She registers with Rhodes Island for one day. That's all we need. Just look at Silver Ash. They don't have to be at Rhodes for very long. Look at Lynn, look at Silver Ash, look at Swire. She just needs to be on Rhodes for one day. Work with us for one day, and Anam can be playable. Please. She's so perfect to have alongside, like, Gavial, Tamimi, and Eunectes, who are all, like, somewhat brain damaged and, like, somewhat mentally ill. All of them. They're somewhat ill. I like them all, but they're all somewhat ill. Yeah, I think she's cool, but she's so easy to shit on. Yeah, but it's funny. It's funny that Magellan's easy to shit on. Magellan being easy to shit on is funny. I like that Magellan's easy to shit on. I like that she's stupid. It's funny. Like it's kind of like there's so many people in like Uma Musume who like Haru Urara, and like she's like easy to shit on. Although I guess a lot of people are like, oh, I really want to see her succeed and win. I don't know. My favorite part of Haru Urara is the fact that she can get just like last place, and you can just like wait through the whole little cutscene of your character running, waving, and you see all the sad horses, and then just Urara in last place celebrating like she won. Like that's funny. That's silly. I don't. If Urara started winning, then she'd be less funny. She's less funny if she's winning. With no hesitation, no fear of being contaminated, he strides toward the dead. Transformed warriors, whose faces are no longer distinguishable, and raises his warhammer high. In a single blow, names both spoken and forgotten are dissipated all at once. Bright moonlight reflects across the forest's fresh snow. Those are Tree Scar warriors! Iceniers come! Thank you! You saved our lives! We didn't expect warriors of the north to come so far south, especially not so close to the Colombians. Icenier came here to rescue the Sami who just moved south. Just happened to arrive sooner because you received a request for help. I thought that rumor was false. Unfortunately, all the rumors about him are true.
Only a few tribes lack snow priests. It's a miracle it's more than a decade since anyone in our tribe has been touched by Sami's calling. When I first returned to my tribe from the north, it was precisely because we were unable to actively predict catastrophes or anticipate the disaster. Facing crisis from every direction, we had no choice but to retain more soldiers. Now, even survival is difficult for us. Continuing to head south, perhaps even leaving Sami lands. It's been a desperate measure. Reikthanir is not for a lack of love for this land that we leave, but rather a matter of necessity.
No. You harbor resentment in your heart.
The point, she's not Rina's perfect explorer. She does the same thing most people do. I would say she's worse than most people. I'd say most people would be scared to touch stuff most of the time. Or like when like someone from like this place very clearly tells you, like a local tells you, hey, don't touch that or don't do that, it's dangerous. Most people wouldn't just drool, have their eyes cross in opposite directions, drool, and keep doing whatever they were doing. It's awesome that she does that, though. It's awesome that she does that. I love that she does that.
How can I resent the very Sami that's given us everything?
You cannot change my mind. We cannot back down. You've already experienced the demon's depredations of nature. Living and dead alike are all seized the same. Fate has thrust them upon the Sami, and we must face them and endure.
Said the same during the snowstorms back then. Do not retreat, do not move. We'll stop the snowstorm and block the disaster north of the Fjall Vitronton.
After the November hunt, the snowstorm did indeed stop. The Ina Blacks will never cross the other side of the mountain. Then you understand why there's no need for any Samiard to flee. You merely speak for your tribe as well as all those who are anxious because they cannot receive Sami's revelation. But we advocate for sweeping away that layer of fog completely.
No, Eikthenir, what you're doing flies in the face of everything we've experienced in Sami, passed down from generation to generation. We all know why the most elite warriors travel to the northern lands. When we become aware of the demon's traces, we become conduits for them. We fear, and as such our weak hearts become their seedbeds. The more who are aware of this evil, the harder the next battle becomes.
Nobody is above fear, but anyone can conquer it.
That takes thousands of battles.
Indeed, it takes thousands of battles, yeah, that anybody can do. Duh, idiot. Duh. The mountains will once again become an indomitable line of defense, just as they were years ago, before fear penetrated the hearts of Sami.
Oh yeah, we gotta have a full Eikthenir shot. I like the little patterns.
Dorian left before she could goon over Eikthenir.
Then he died. Good riddance. Fuck that guy. We will never leave, and the Sami will never die out. No matter how many generations we must stand guard. It will be the disaster that dies. Disaster itself that dies first.
Woohoo! I got a pick!
Of Eikthenir? What makes him photo-worthy?
He's the most authoritative warrior of the north in the hearts of the Sami. That'll be very important to know on future research expeditions. Although, he doesn't seem like the most easygoing guy, but you never know. Maybe someone will come along who really wants to partner with him. Besides, what Pete's just said to the other Sami should be recorded. But the silent mountain warriors know about the ice field, as well as how they combat the disaster. All are valuable data. And, what's that word they use for the disaster? Anduska
Tarnir. It means enemy.
I feel like I've heard it somewhere before. Let me write it down now. So basically for the Sami, only disasters from the ice field are considered enemies? If we could just listen in, I wouldn't have to go through all this trouble of sending in a drone up close. Luckily, you taught me some tricks about camouflaging yourself so you don't alert your prey.
Immediately, he died as he lived off screen. Oh, that's great. Oh, Pingwing, Pingwing, can I steal that for the fucking for like this section for the video? That's great. Let me goddamn write that down. He died as he lived off screen. That's good. I like that. Oh my god, I have so many fucking pages of notes, all on different voice workshops and such. Come on, pencil. Okay. Died as he lived. They're chatting anything gets here is legally your job. That's true. This is my this is my chat, so I reserve the right. It's like Disney. It's like Disney fucking reserving the right to Disney reserving the right to murder you at one of their parks if you get a Disney Plus subscription. It's like that. If you get a Disney Plus fucking free trial, they can legally murder you at their parks and you can't do anything about it. It's like this. If you chat, I can legally steal your shit, and there's nothing you can do legally about it.
Whoops, I got shot down. But it should still be salvageable. Once we get to Shapad, I can probably find a colleague from my lab to fix it.
Consider yourself lucky then.
By the way, your clay fighting, it's the same thing, but they treat you like an outsider just because of your weapon?
Blackbow aside, it's probably because of Argus. A lot of people see her as a mad woman, as they're quite familiar with the Cyclopses who live in seclusion in the Fjall Vatran, and they believe that, as a Cyclops, she should never have walked out of that cave. Should never have made contact with so many people. One who foresees fate will easily twist the fates of others.
One who foresees fate.
Yeah, they're all your jokes. Yeah, or just voice inside your head. All my jokes. That's true. Anything funny that's ever been said in chat was actually just me. And I projected it onto you guys. You aren't real. You aren't actually watching.
In their eyes, someone who's had a fate twisted, like branches that have been artificially grafted together.
Witness me, ancestors!
Trees like that will not grow properly.
But you seem perfectly fine to me, and your ancestors do seem like they'll witness you.
I think so too.
Oh, Simone!
Please, let me check if you two are okay. This bird brain over here seems fine enough. She just won't stop bouncing around.
You disagree?
You act as if nothing happened.
Well, I guess that's true.
Alright, Simone, what is it? I didn't have time to answer your question earlier. I'll do it now. I am scared. But when I'm on the hunt, I'll have other things to think about. Where to aim, speed of the wind, deducing where my prey will be. When my head is full of these thoughts, I'll have no time to be scared. I know that I must overcome, again and again. My resolve will never be shaken.
I imagine it's kind of a similar feeling to, I don't know if anyone in chat, like, you know, played, like, sports as a kid, but, like, any time that I'd be, like, you know, driving to, like, games before I play, you get, like, the nervous feeling, but then you start, like, warming up and it just kind of goes away. Because now you're just, like, locked in on the moment. So even if it's, like, a big game and you are, like, kind of nervous, you tend to kind of almost, like, once you actually get going, the nervous feeling kind of subsides to some degree. Just like you have something else to focus on.
But just now, when the all shattered, if I'd been the one to fall through, then that too would have been Fate's plan. So were you able to calmly confront the torments of fate because I just shared the visions with you? No, she's never spoken of them. That makes me feel better then. The tragic prophecies of a Cyclops should not befall a child like you.
How old are you? How old are you, Simone? How is Typhon a child? Typhon seems like a similar age to the others. I assume Simone was older than Magellan, at least, but...
Where's Gitano?
She left all by herself. I don't know where she plans to go, but she said she'll send word to Rhodes Island when she's made up her mind.
How unfortunate. There was something I wanted to tell her earlier. But she should already understand by now.
Oh, right! Even though I don't know exactly what's going on, I need to thank you all for resolving the crisis. Gitano, too.
Wait, what did she do? She was already exhausted by her arts, and given the terror caused by the disaster, she wouldn't have been able to do anything rash.
Oh, she sent a request for help to the nearby tribes yesterday. Just earlier, she told me something in secret. She felt a vague sense of worry and guilt, so I want to ask for help. Hello there, Mr. Snow Priest. Thank you and the other Tree Scar Warriors for helping us today. You're all lifesavers.
So in his late 40s, probably. Is she from Sami or Asia, bro? What the hell? She's late 40s? What kind of skincare routine do they have in Sami, bro? They have, what's that guy named? They have the Ashton Hall, like, dip your face in, like, ice water at 3:30 a.m. They have that skincare. Which I suppose is neutral, even if the stereotype is that Asian people look younger. I suppose I've seen people who are Asian, white, black, Hispanic, who are like 45, who look like they're like 28. So, it just depends. And some people like it when you look older, like Dorian. 40-year-old women in Terra are doing fine. Ike Veneer's probably like what? Like older then. He's probably like 50 or 60. And bro looks like he's like 35 to 40. But then again, like you also have 40-year-old dudes who are like Cristiano Ronaldo, Tom Brady. Like there's like some athletes. Like these dudes are 40 and they look very good still. And they're not even Asian. So I think like to some degree it's not that surprising. Yeah. I think more it's that you never see a 40-year-old that looks bad at a gacha game generally. I don't know, unless it's some fat dude NPC. Some poor eyeless fat NPC motherfucker. Some poor man who is just always gonna be an asshole and ugly. Poor NPCs.
How... Child of the Centaury, daughter born of the biting cold.
Please do not call me that.
You went after the Ursus.
So, you see everything?
How did it go? You once hesitated, because you longed for the shade beneath the ancient branches, failed to become a snow priest. If you still wish to live as the old tree's steward, then I have no further questions for you.
My time is limited because of eripathy.
That's no reason for you to lose sight of your goals. You understand this well, daughter of the Santala tree. You understand the futility of revenge better than anyone else. It's precisely because of that futility that becomes a never-ending task. One that requires a constant search for new lives to fulfill it.
I am just an outcast, hardly worthy of your attention.
No one has forgotten the young shaman who was born to command the wind and snow.
And I'm sure you're quite disappointed now that you met her in person. Hatred and stone alike took root within his body. She was robbed of an eye and naturally became blind.
No, she is a warrior, just as legends of the past, so come fight with me. That's what I think about.
Yeah, rich people say have special care. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. But I feel like you also just will see throughout life just like older people who you'd think are younger than they are. Those may be more extreme examples. And those are people that are like in shape outside of just face. So that definitely probably makes it easier.
Will of the All-Father has warned us. All that you see serves as a warning. Mountains raised by Sami are not enough to protect us from the disaster. The sole enemy encroaches on our land. Even so, will you continue to wander the ice field aimlessly seeking vengeance?
Sorry, I need to go to Chapat with my companions. Shut the fuck up.
Nobody's left, man. One more snowstorm and these fragile houses will disappear. I only had the time to see the ruin end. This is fate showing mercy or cruelty, man. Brother, I don't know what you saw when you turned back.
Wandering Alafia sits at the water's edge. She leans down, wanting to cup the water to her face to wash away the dirty melted snow. When she approaches the surface, shadows block the shimmering light, and she sees a wine flagon at the bottom of the water. She recognizes this aged flagon as well as the prayer inscribed on it. Bestow upon the Mirkwood sacred purity, O travelers, retrieve your innocent sight. Those eyes that discern fate. Bestow upon my home a lasting tranquility. My people, the dreamland is silent as falling snow. Sleep now, for one day we will finally be able to return to that peaceful dream.
The fact that you're dying doesn't mean you can give up. I honestly don't really like. I mean, Ike Veneer is such a boomer. He cannot. He's an old jaded motherfucker, and he just cannot comprehend any other way of life. The like priest woman that's like, yeah, like we're a tribe without guidance. We literally have to leave. Like we can't feed ourselves. Shit's going bad, and then he's like, okay, actually, loser, just get better. Just be better. Loser, shut up. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Just buy a house. Who cares what the housing market's like? It's like, okay, boomer, shut the fuck up. I think it is interesting, and it does show, like, when someone has devoted their entire life to this cause, he just can't comprehend the perspectives of others. He just can't understand them. He fails to comprehend what anybody else experiences. Also, chat, we only have one chapter left, and this is gonna be the first piss break. So let's find your Minecraft parkour gameplay. No copyright. Don't you dare pop up an ad, Minecraft parkour.
You did pop up an ad, you son of a bitch.
It's a Fortnite ad. No, no Fortnite. No Fortnite. No Fortnite. We are here for one thing and one thing only. We are here for the Minecraft parkour while I am taking a piss. There you go, chat. You may watch the Minecraft parkour, and I am going to go take a piss. Alright, there's some Minecraft parkour gaming. The Walker enchantment, they're known cheaters. Damn. Channel's getting hate. People are hating on the Minecraft parkour. I gotta start doing better in my league games, so you know, start recording some ranked games where I do impressive stuff, and then just put those up. Chat can be like, "Wow, he's so good," and he definitely didn't start the season 4-9. But it's fine. We're at the end. We're at the end. Spectacular! Show me another one. Oh, I dare say your skills will be no less impressive in Rankwood, my friends. Huh? The guy waving the sign around looks a bit familiar. Was he the one who performed in front of a restaurant near Rhinelab HQ? Oh, right! Being right next to the door to a fast food joint was the Caravan International Travel Agency's selling point. He was flipping that sign around way too fast for me to see what's on it. Hot Springs. Oh, have you been there before? No, I've seen more than enough Outlanders shivering from the cold and asking what hot springs are. That must be why they come here. Huh, I'm actually pretty interested in those myself. Are we gonna all go and have some girly time together? Going with the girlies?
When you're blessed by the Sami villain, it's not so difficult to find a hot spring in the forest. While I haven't been to southern Sami in years, I've also heard that the locals often encounter anxious southerners on the road. They'll only offer handfuls of unfashioned gold bars in exchange for divining the location of nearby hot springs.
And did they get an answer?
Huh? Who knows? What I do know is that some people mistakenly believe that because of the Southerners' apparent fondness for such ugly ingots, they must never have developed any sense of aesthetics.
And I guess they never reached a mutual understanding.
Also, I do like the style of this area. It feels like a bunch of ski lodges. Like kind of a mixture of like the kind of like modern aesthetics. In like the mountainous environment with all like trees and such. Mountainous forest. Minecraft broken script without audio as background video. Oh my god, Jonathan broken script. Nice 4 CG. True?
However, they did end up finding experienced people like yourself and eventually discovered the hot springs on their own. Take a look at that. Things always singing.
Oh, an advertising truck.
That's right. If you follow it all the way, you'll find another hot spring that they're developing. This sort of thing happens often. Quite knowledgeable about this little town. Of course, it's Sami soil. Even without many strange occurrences people need my help with, it's not like I can't figure out what's happening.
This place feels really different from the rest of Sami, though. Where did I put my visitor's brochure again? Oh, found it. According to the map, everything from here to here is nothing but resorts for the tourists. There are hardly any Sami homes. The neighborhoods you've been walking through not only have electricity, good signal strength, and even interstate net, but
Yes.
yeah, I smell water purifiers too. Considering this is where a lot of major tech company offices are concentrated, it makes sense they'd want convenient communications. The inside of the offices don't look much different from the ones at Ryan HQ. Also, they're using steel beams and concrete to simulate the appearance of large trees, putting their buildings on top of them. Isn't that offensive to the Sami?
Probably not. I can see why they do, though. Your people are terrified of Sami, so they lock themselves in metal cages for protection.
I can't argue with that, although, like, I don't know, we just build with metal too? We build with more than just wood? Sometimes we build with metal? So, I don't know if that one's like a fear. I would live in something like this. I'm collapsible immune, so it works perfectly. True.
Even for researchers like me who've gone to the ice field quite a few times, there's no way we can match how freely you move around out there.
Don't worry, even so, you're still connected to the land of Sami. And that's what I just always said. Nagalon, do you mind if I take a look at that brochure of yours?
Oh, go ahead. But I got it when I was entering the endless ice field from Ursus, see, so all the labels are an Ursine. What do you want to see? Maybe I can help you find it. Oh, that's the wrong side. That's just an ad for an Ursus nursing home with a Sami resort.
It's fine, Magalon. I can read it myself. Here they are, the coordinates from the transmission. Excuse me, I have some business to take care of. Typhon, Magalon, I'm afraid we'll have to say goodbye for now.
Next time, I'll be setting off the endless ice field from here. I'm sure we'll meet again, Simone. If you run into any snowstorms, though, please come back to save us.
Will do. Next time, is it? That's right. After this little excursion's over, who knows where I might end up. Wish you the best, Magalon.
Bye, Simone. What about you, little Typhoon? Lab's office is right around the corner from here, and I need to make a report. But where's your client?
No idea. All I just said was that someone's waiting for me in Chapat.
Still.
Well, I suppose I'll just walk around for now. I'm sure I'll run into them.
And how about you check over here? Alright, let me give you some spare change. That way you'll be able to take the tour bus to get around town. Alright, I'm off.
Huh? What the heck is Little Typhoon? Oh. Everyone raises her head and sees a familiar-looking figure standing beneath the eaves. Hunter and all her vigilance failed to notice when she got there. Okay then, I think I figured it out. Listen, waiting for me had been none other than August herself.
Yo, look what it is! If it isn't our little Maggie! Oh, it's been forever since I heard your voice in the audio report archives. I'm worried sick. Just about ready to add your name to the search and rescue list.
My luck's been pretty good so far.
So tired of energy bars? So tired of energy bars and
Kind compressed biscuits yet? How about some flavorful Mama John's instead of spicy beast meat? Oh, thanks. Oh, but who might you be? That Beach Bros logo on your clothes? No need to look so confused. While our logo might feel out of place in cold and frigid Sami, our corporate print printed us a special snow theme pattern, see? Almost everyone knows your name by now, Magellan. Raised as rising star of Icefield exploration. So experienced in exploration, and at such a young age.
There's not much to do out here in Sami, so all of us bored folks from the neighboring offices have gotten to know each other and share juicy gossip. Share that juicy goss.
It's true, Dorian. You missed all the segments with Eichthen here. You missed the boomer. Besides, several large companies with lots of employees registered with the Exploration Society will be getting together to conduct the search and rescue operation of Director Marian and his expedition team. You banked just the right time. That'll be prepared both the manpower and the resources. All that's left is finish data you brought back. For whatever reason, I got a really good feeling about this mission. Can't even picture the Director getting himself killed. So stubborn, he might as well be some kind of a moral monster himself. According to all of his files and medical reports, he's always just been a regular Karanta. But I have faith he's out there. Because I heard his voice when I was having auditory hallucinations along the way.
Hallucinations?
Yeah, it's a long story. It take a while just to sort through the notes I took. For example, stay far away from black snow, and if you're hearing things, don't answer. And near the endless ice field, on Fjallvertranton, there's a high wall made up of many fortresses filled with warriors. I'm sure they're nice people, but it's best to keep your distance.
A high wall? Can Sami technology compete with Victoria's city defense artillery?
No, the people here aren't too different from how they're depicted in the Explorer's Guidebook published by Ursus last century.
No progress in 100 years? We go from barren wastes to multiple high-tech cities in less than that. No wonder my colleagues in the business section always complain about how difficult it was to set up an office here, how hard it is communicating with the Sami. They be speaking their weird Kermit the Frog language, bro. They be sounded like Kermit. Miss Piggy. I'm shilling in Sami, Miss Piggy. That's how they sound. That's how they sound. What can I say? Did stream get all fucked up? No, stream looks like it's still normal. I fried the outlet, so I'd probably take the outlet out. Oh. Dorian just not having the cooking skills that I do. You see, chat, some people try to imitate my cooking ability, and this is how you turn out if you're not careful. Really, since we're in Ryan, Dorothy is here. I don't think Dorothy's in Sami. I'm not gonna lie. Magellan, that wasn't black snow, that was volcanic ash. Magellan, that was when you were in Hawaii. That's when you were in Siesta, Magellan. Come on, get the memories straight now. The locals can overcome the difficult environment with only their own methods, then it should be a piece of cake for us.
I wouldn't be so sure of that. I've encountered plenty of situations where I was in over my head. I wouldn't have made it without my friend from Rhodes Island. Oh, and there was also a particularly nice hunter I met near the ice field. She was incredible, you know? She knew all of Sami like her own backyard, and she was always glad to help. One of them had so many survival skills I've never seen before, and they saved my hide more than once. Anyway, if you'd still, you still have enough supplies left over from the search and rescue operation, I'd like to apply to join the team. Got a ton of information in this trip through Sami, and might not be able to sift through all of it on such short notice. What? Typhon? Alright, good, you're still here.
Look at the background. That's true. Magellan becomes harder to kill with like fewer functioning synapses. Like her like ultimate ability is like it's like Tryndamere ult from League where she can't like die, or like the Spectre thing, but instead of being anger, it's just like her eyes cross into little chibi and she's just too stupid to like comprehend that she's taking damage. Her brain doesn't function enough.
Please do not doubt me, please do not doubt me, Typhon. There's only a glimpse of it. Only you came to this little town and gave away a casket. At the time, I did not know where you got it, what was inside it, or who was meant to receive it.
Yeah, you step on out, so you went and found it yourself, right?
After sending you off, I also embarked on a journey to fulfill my destiny and to await its guidance.
Smell like snow dripping from the fir trees. Come a long way. across the ice field. I lost my accent for a minute. You went to places I've never been to before. Surrender all to fate.
Surrender all to fate.
It's great to see that you're the one to finally fulfill the prophecy.
Oh, right, so where'd you happen to get this little box? This is the nice person I was just talking about.
Nice person? I called you retarded like 15 times. Oh wait, I can't say that word on YouTube. I called you restarted. I called you a moron. Chat, don't acknowledge that I said that. Do we have anybody in here who can give me the pass? Do we have anybody in here who legally is of that word? Who can give me the pass, the R pass? Chat? Chat, can I get an R pass? And does anybody have an R pass? Can anyone use the word without people getting angry? I don't want Twitter to be able to come down on me in the future for this. Oh, hello there. I've heard you're quite familiar with Sami, and we happen to be putting together a search and rescue team to enter the icefield through Sami to locate missing Rhineland members. Think you could be persuaded to be our guide? We'll pay you handsomely. I decline. If you need a guide, you better find someone else. I'm a hunter, and I have more important work. Here, take this, Magalon. I think it's fine. I'm Hungarian, does that count? That's true, that's true. I have a Hungarian and an acoustic, you see? I can say it. I have restarted friends, I can say it. Oh god. No one on Twitter will see this. It's an obscure moment, an obscure stream. And if they do, fuck them. You don't actually care about like the real people that you pretend you care about. You just wanna yell at other people. You think you just stream on a speaker right now? That's not a speaker. It's not a speaker in the middle of a bunch of people though, right? A bunch of relevant people. If it's like, if you're listening to me like a speaker in like, I don't know, fucking Bulgaria, then like, who cares? A lion does not concern himself with the opinions of Eastern Europeans, but like, if it's somewhere else, maybe.
Huh?
Paul just wanted me to give it to you. It belongs to Ryan Lab. To us?
You're right, this is our logo.
ID verification lock, employee number. It's just an equipment box from the scientific investigation section. Judging by its size, it should be a general purpose lockbox used for storing sensitive components, and the serial number belongs to Director Mariam. I had to turn on my Twitter live now, or come. I sneak you out of the White House right now. Donald! Donald! Say something from your community post. It's funny to me that Teresa fans can't comprehend people liking Priestess because they only care about in a gacha game what character they think of as the best waifu. Not actually what character is the most interesting character. And there was a guy who said something that was like made that exact point. So I pinned the comment and responded with like something along the lines of thanks for making the exact point and being exactly what I'm talking about. Trying to claim, oh, Priestess simp. Motherfucker, if you've been on this channel for 2 seconds, are you kidding me? It is the fact that someone could unironically be on my channel and then say that I'm like a simp for a character that's not Roingus is just like ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't know what else to say. It's ridiculous. But they can't comprehend it. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Jerb. 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 Look at that. Jerb. Jerb image. Jerb meme. Look at that. That's what I love. That's what I love in this life. Also, pretty quick in just Jerboa memes on Google. Dorothy! Ooh, boobies, now that I have your attention. Does anyone play League at the North American server? That was awesome. Jerboa.
I love looking at Jerboa images. They're so silly and stupid. He has never had a thought in his life. Oh, beautiful. Oh, and I see them. They are so beautiful. They are so beautiful. Derb. Oh. I have to get back to reading the event, but I could look at the Jerboa memes. Oh my god. Did Jerboa evolve? The Jerboa evolution. Jerb posting. Oh no, like that is a relatively mild post, the fucking priestess thing. I just like, and then like people were like, I feel like you're just like dismissing like Teresa, and it's like this wasn't even about Teresa, it's about Teresa fans. And Teresa is also kind of just like too good for this world savior for the most part. Like I'm not gonna lie, Teresa is for the most part, like most of Teresa's character is being too good for this world savior. It's being Jesus. It's being sarcasm Jesus. They already wrote the Bible. You know, you can already find that character. And you can already find that character in another fiction, in another mythology. In the Bible, the Holy Bible. There was the Jesus, and the Jesus came back from being dead. You know, similar to how instead of 3 days, it took 3 years and becoming a crown, and thus Teresa came back from the dead, or whatever the fuck. The ice drib would be cool. The ice drib would be cool, I agree.
Wait, Typhon? Arca's met with the research team?
You know the one the box belongs to?
It's my teachers, the leader of the missing research team.
In other words, August worked together with the missing team.
Huh?
Wait, if she was a first-hand witness and even cooperated with Rhine Lab, then why hasn't she come to see us in person? Because that is the vision she saw.
Vision?
Is she one of the legendary Cyclopses? Are there really Cyclopses living in Sami? We have to meet her. Does she speak any modern languages? Do we need some kind of ritual to summon her?
I don't think she's all that different from us. She's pretty fond of Colombian geographical magazines. I'd like to speak with her face-to-face too. Is there no way?
She might just feel that this isn't the fight in Tom yet.
Okay, but like, what if I just went anyways?
I'm sure you can already guess the answer.
Yeah, what happened to the others?
I'm sure you can already guess the answer. All August told me was that she entered the ice field with the expedition team.
So the extra supplies from somewhere I took from the site investigation station, not just for emergency use, but for her.
Cyclopses can see the future, and she tried her best to help the team avoid danger. The tragic end was inevitable. Well, that's a way of saying she did the best she could. For countering the demons, only she and the box's owner survived.
Professor would always tell us that when facing nature, our first priority was to survive. We never had such a huge loss of life since the formation of scientific investigation. He must be even more devastated than us. This, the endless ice field. Typhon, did the survivor return with Argus?
He continued to advance deeper in. Alone.
I knew it!
That sure sounds like... It's how she's presented, Penguin. It's how she's presented. She's presented as being somewhat inherently good. Her brother is presented as being bad and worthy of, like, fighting against. You know, like, forcing the crown on Amiya is, like, presented as a good thing. Because Amiya is, like, not a Sarkaz. Which, to be fair, I mean, the only good leader of the Sarkaz, you gotta find a non-Sarkaz. And erasing the Doctor's memory is, again, treated as a good thing in the story. It's treated as a good thing. So, like, even these things that are, like, that you would say, well, that's bad, the story and the narrative treats them all as good things. I think definitely, like, the story is written from a pro-Teresa perspective.
Also, I have some words to pass on. First, I just wanted me to apologize to you. Second, the person who gave me the box said, the journey of discovery must never end.
I wonder what's inside the box. Huh? Just a flower?
We're currently cross-analyzing the chemical structure of the environmental particles stuck to the specimen box. However, we know very little about the endless ice field, and it may be difficult to determine the missing team's location based on this alone.
No matching data can be found. Does that mean the director pushed the boundaries of human exploration into the ice field?
I believe so, which is why this flower is an extremely valuable specimen.
Oh boy, we have... oh boy. Yeah, we sure did push the limits of human knowledge. There's definitely not just a fucking random civilization under the water that's gonna give us all the answers. It's gonna give everybody all the answers. That's not gonna happen. That's not the end of an event. That's not the shittiest end of an event in all of Arknights. That never happened.
Yeah. I believe so, which is why this flower is an extremely valuable specimen.
All my time exploring the ice field, I've never seen anything like this. Though, I have seen an entire field of flowers underground. The environment down there was pretty unique to be able to support plant growth. This particular flower...
Agalon carefully observes it through the display window of the specimen box.
It looks really strange, almost like it isn't a plant at all. Flowers I dug up before had the robust root systems to allow them to absorb nutrients from beneath the ice, but where are the roots on this? Someone as careful as the director wouldn't have damaged the specimen during collection. That would significantly reduce its research value.
Start with basic observations. Given the conditions here, we probably won't get any results anyway, or right away. To conduct the next phase of research, we'll have to wait until the sample is transported back to HQ and passed on to Ecological for handling. Special messenger will arrive in Shapat shortly. We can leave an in-depth study of the specimen to them. Still need to contact Director Mariam as soon as possible. By the way, Magellan, are you sure you want to head right back out on another trek? Protective gear needs maintenance, and we won't be able to get any spare drones in Sami within 3 days.
But worried about the director. Besides, my protective gear is still in good shape. For all, I was only passing through Sami, heading deep into the ice field.
There's really no stopping you. Alright, then I'm gonna go to break the specimen box's seal.
Understood. Please begin reporting your findings whenever. I'm ready to record.
It was a colorless flower, like a shadow cast by ice, but the moment the box was unsealed, the invisible air throughout the laboratory was dyed with a myriad of colors. It identified its current space, reoriented its position, and established its own territory. Some researchers had no time to react. They didn't realize they were being contaminated along with the entire lab. Nor did they hear the thunderous noise that shattered the dead silence.
Wake up!
Oh, what happened? Oh no, the wall! Glass all shattered here too, and who are you? Since you could barge in here. Don't move.
Phew, I finished stealing the flower, Typhon. Oh, that should be good enough, right?
Yeah, you react much faster than before.
Does that mean... Oh... When the box is opened, and us and Skatania will realize... I already opened the box.
Is the Sami branch office right? What's going on in here?
Something dangerous.
Or you could call it a major discovery. A completely new type of plant, or even a completely new type of phenomenon. Director Mariam really sent us an amazing gift.
But something's off. Director Mariam and Argus knew this flower was so dangerous, why'd they send it back anyway? Why did the director try to stop us from studying it?
What kind of question is that? Since when do explorers fear danger? A phenomenon that flies in the face of everything we take as common sense. This is an absolute scientific gold mine. Should we prioritize forming a larger team to study it in depth?
Pretty much like flowers, yeah. They're special spooky flowers.
I think our search and rescue comes first. We'll locate Director Mariam and simultaneously open up a route for those who come afterwards.
For those who come after.
Well, and open up a route for those who come after. Alright! We need to hurry up and ask the director what he wants to name this new plant species. I'll record a description to submit a report. Please take my recording back along with a sample, Mr. Messenger.
Also, have HQ submit a report to the Exploration Society announcing the discovery as soon as possible.
Understood, you got it.
To admit, the Exploration Society is much more efficient at getting teams together for this kind of thing. Some of them don't even have the patience. Some of them don't even have the patience to gather a team. You know what I mean, Magellan. Laura's famous for preferring to work alone.
Yeah, some people are my good friends, even if you're always making fun of them, bitch. But this discovery is much more valuable than any of my previous explorations. I think this joint venture will attract not only explorers, but also researchers in the fields of biology, geology, and meteorology to join the expedition. More and more people will become interested in the ice field. Infested.
Once we're back from the rescue operation, things might get so busy here we won't recognize the place. How are you feeling, Magellan? I remember you mentioning before that you want to see if the so-called endless ice field really does have an end. Well, now you're one step closer to your dream.
Well, that's hard to say.
Poor Magellan can join her colleagues in celebration. She feels Typhon tugging her hand.
Huh? You want to talk to me outside? What's wrong? Well, I'll just said that there's no point in trying to stop you because you might find a way to discover everything about Sami on your own. Just as Sami's warriors are willing to sacrifice their lives to hold the northern front, the Southern has yet to receive the revelation that Destiny will continue exploring to lift the veil from this land at any cost. But before you people get too caught up in your fantasies, I have to remind you of something. This is also so you don't wind up as misfortunate as I just said. Misfortune? Cyclops' vision. The last thing she saw was a tragic ending. If you're ever in trouble, find me. Thank you!
Magellan suddenly feels a slight chill. Turns her head. Inexplicably, a snowstorm is raging outside the window.
You understand the feeling of pain very well, more than most Sami have resigned themselves to it. Understand how to torture someone. You may miss in no shortage of tricks. You're engulfed in your witchcraft. I can't even feel the pain of being pierced by an ice pick.
I just want a clear answer. What is the black mark? Why have you smuggled in? Why have you smuggled in? Answer me. I can always end this sooner.
You'll regret this, witch. Letting me die here won't do nothing but make Sami suffer more. Here. I look on my second monitor and I just see Jerboa images and they're very cute and I love them. Try to be serious and then you see good things. You see some very nice Jerboa imagery. And look at him, isn't he cute? Look at him. Adorable. Very adorable. What a little guy. What a little guy.
Sami does not care about your foolish ambitions.
Ambitions, hardly. I've come here to die and more than able to do so. This information will never be sent back to Ursus, and you will regret it.
Speak.
The Black Mark is a missing member of the Emperor's Royal Guard. Found his footprints, black footprints. The minion has collapsed, the demons have completely taken him. He will contaminate your land for all of eternity. Nobody alive knows where he is now. Hey you! Ugh!
Let these words linger in your ears before the cold takes away your consciousness forevermore. The Sami know neither fear nor panic. We have guarded the mountains for hundreds of years, your Sami's fangs to sever the demon's tracks. You and our ilk are not even enemies. The affairs of Ursus end here. Oh fate, your warning has once again drawn my gaze back to the contaminated land of Sami. How could I have ever forgotten my duty? I understand now. It's time for me to return to the wind and snow. And return to the wind and snow of the ice field.
And that's it. Well, perfect timing for you to return to your earbuds, chat, because that's it. That was the last chapter. That's the end of Vision Unseen, and that is what prompts into IS-4. All right, this is a really good event. I have to, like, when I'm thinking about where to put it, I have to remind myself, I've read this event 4 times. Yeah. I read it by myself. I read it with my, like, Discord. I read it for the poorly summarized video, and I've read it now. I've read it 4 times. I think I've read Dorothy's Vision 3. So I've literally read this event more than Dorothy's Vision. So I have to be, like, honest
Do a 10 pull on joint banner? Hell no. You see how many pulls I owe on the Ablana banner? I gotta save my damn shit. I gotta save my fucking pulls. I don't have the pulls to goddamn spare. Yeah, this is, honestly, I think this is probably the best of the Vignette events. Story-wise, I think this is probably the best one. I very much do enjoy it. I think it is quite good. Right? Yeah, no, there pulls right now. Probably not. No drip for you tonight. I have a max pot E2 level 90 S3 M3, the fucking like M9. Sorry, not even S3 M3, M9 at this point. M9. Goddamn module level 3 Dorothy. Fully maxed out Dorothy for Sami of the Future. Or Sami would be quite good. Or Sami always good. Also, I still have Jerboa images open on my second monitor. Look at him. I love the way they have their little hands, so they cross over and they're like fucking M9 Mod 3, yeah. Oh, look at it, they have their little hands like their little henchmen. It's the way that like pangolins walk, where they look like henchmen that have to deliver bad news to their evil boss. He's so cool. Look at him. Oh damn, the Jerboa supports Pride. Look at him. Look at him. He's so awesome. Look at him just standing there. Look at him in the glove. Look at him. All types of the Jerb are pretty awesome. I think honestly my favorite type of Jerb, when it comes to a Jerb character design, you want to have big ears, but I think I kind of like, in terms of Jerb, I think I kind of like the smaller eared ones, because the bigger ears make them look more normal. The smaller ears make them look weirder. Oh, Jerb. That he used without sin, TH. Let's jump off the edge. Oh, Jerbs. Okay. This one's becoming a sticker on the Discord. Oh, go fuck yourself, Jerboa. Anyways, chat. Thanks for showing up. My head is hazy. I can't wait to write this event's little piece. Hopefully this Saturday, the poorly summarized UMA opinions will come out. If it needs to be delayed another week, it will instead be another tier list video, and then instead of waiting 2 weeks for the next upload, it'll be 1 week and then that. But yeah. Thank you all for coming. Honestly, I have no clue what the next event we'll do is. Maybe we'll do the Goopy Glow event. That's another Vignette, because I only have a few more. I'm nearly done with Ideal City. Like, Ideal City, I have like one more set of reading that, and that'll be done. And then I think there's just like 2 or 3 from there. Because like, I've already read all the Sweet events, I finished all of those. There's the Goopy Glow, I know we have Goopy Glow. I don't know what else, but yeah, thanks for showing up, chat. Thank you, Dorian, for the cash. And thank you everybody else for being there. I am gonna see about lunch, and maybe getting a run in before lunch. Bye, guys!